We are back. Looks like Cheetah Panties is still going through it. Scratch Off, what's going on? Unfortunately, Scratch Off's Cheetah Panties new single that she revealed during her pregnancy, Business and Personal Intro, has declined in streams. For day 2, she only did 140,000 streams on Payola 5, totaling so far for 2 days 386,000 streams. But I was looking at her tweets and her likes, and she's getting millions and millions of likes, but only hundreds of thousands of streams. Y'all are fake. How she get 7 million views on a tweet, 2 to 3 million likes on her Instagram post, but y'all not streaming the music? Y'all are fake. Y'all are fake and phony. If I was Scratch Off, I would not entertain y'all anymore, not give y'all any more pictures, not pop out, and continue to have my pregnancy or be pregnant in private because y'all not supporting the music. Like, her album is coming out in May, and this is what she's doing in streams? Y'all are disrespectful, okay? So I'm gonna have to give the 000s, which is only like 5 people, but the 000s, Scratch Off's fans, I'm giving y'all 50,000 lashes, okay? Because y'all not supporting Scratch Off, but there's millions and millions of people viewing and liking her stuff. That's ridiculous. But Cheetah Panties might have a plan, okay? Word on the streets is that she will pop out with Cardi B in her Atlanta tour stop, allegedly. And she is hoping that Cardi B and Champagne Thickums will give her a verse for her album. Let me know if that will increase the streams. Now, Cardi B did call Scratch Off while she was pregnant. She called Scratch Off a pussy. So disrespectful. And Scratch Off had a fine about it while she was pregnant. So Cardi B owes Scratch Off a verse. She owes her a verse for calling her a pussy. Okay, now I know she bought her a purse, but she owed her a verse. As for Champagne Thickums, he's been really, really quiet. But him and 21 Below Average are very close. And he already worked with Scratch Off as well. Y'all didn't support that collaboration either. You know, while he was going through with Kung Fu Kenny and these lawsuits he got with Universal, he put out a song with Scratch Off called Housekeeping. Y'all didn't support that either. Y'all letting Scratch Off down. And so, with that being said, she wants a verse from Champagne Thickums on her album, which, you know, allegedly he already is her ghostwriter. So, him doing a verse ain't really a big deal since he ghostwrites for her. But the point of the matter is, y'all need to support the album. If she don't sell 50,000 first week for this album, the 000s will be receiving 100,000 lashings. She better sell 50,000 for the next album. Gorilla has sold 50,000. Doja Cat, you know, Nicki and Cardi sell well over 50,000. Scratch Off need to sell 50,000. Okay. Now, Doja Cat's father, Dumasani Delamini, decided to call out Doja Cat and her fans for calling him a deadbeat. There were some rumors that he went to one of her concerts. Allegedly, that's not true. And that's why he is calling out the deadbeat allegations that Doja Cat and her fans have put on him. And allegedly, he's thinking about doing a lawsuit as well. Because calling somebody a deadbeat can affect their reputation, which he talks about. He said, "Today I wanted to tell you the fact that I have worked so hard to make my name, which is my reputation. I've worked so hard to fight for this country with Sarafina. I made a platform for this world the way it is. I happened to meet Doja Cat, and then I've been sad, but no one knows what happened. Guys, let me tell you, you can't be in a foreign country and then find a white woman with 3 kids, and then you make 2 kids with her. Then she becomes so lucky to give birth to a superstar. And then she gives information to the superstar that her father is not a good man. I'm talking about a white Jewish woman. I'm going to tell the world then I'm not going to be used by a white woman with 3 kids. My name and my reputation is a good man. I love my kids. I took care of my kids. 3 white kids hated me. I told Deborah, Doja Cat's mom, to come home. And she came home and met my family. And today, just because I gave birth to a superstar with money, that white woman brainwashed my baby, that I left her. I never left my kids. Doja played the cards because of the influence of her mother. She came to South Africa, had the power to see me, and faked it. What I want to say to you guys is, I'm sorry if I've ever touched anyone's nerves. I'm a man of integrity, respect, and love. Please don't hate my baby. Please don't say things about my baby. Doja Cat's father also put Doja Cat's team and security on blast because he was allegedly not allowed to see his daughter.
I'm going with all the security. They kicking me out of the place. They're saying you are not allowed to come and see your daughter. I've paid the money for tickets. No one offered me. I bought the ticket myself. And then now we're going to a meeting. We're crossing the casino. They're saying they will refund me my money for tickets. Funny enough, I've spoken to her.
So basically, he got kicked out. He was trying to see Doja Cat, and unfortunately, the security and Doja Cat's team escorted him out. So this kind of also shows that he may not be a deadbeat if he's trying to see his daughter. Now, it has unfortunately been reported by the Jasmine brand that Nicki Minaj has been dropped by her manager, Deborah Anthony, following her alignment with MAGA. A lot of fans are saying so far she has lost her lawyer, her glam team, and now her manager. And a lot of people think it's because of her political affiliation. Well, this is completely false, okay? Deborah Anthony hasn't managed Nicki in I don't even know how long, okay? Now, she was on tour with Nicki Minaj in 2024, mostly as a babysitter, okay? She wasn't really managing anything in regards to Nicki Minaj's tour. And she hasn't managed Nicki since, I don't know, since 2009, 2008, when Nicki first really got on the scene. She hasn't managed Nicki in years. So that's one. Number 2, Waka Flocka Flame, the flop. He is a Republican. He loves Trump. Okay? So the whole narrative that, it's because of Nicki Minaj's affiliation with, the far right. This is false because her own son is a known Republican, okay? Y'all got to come up better with the lies. Y'all got to do better with the lies and actually do your research before you put out the lies because you sound dumb, okay, Jasmine brand? Now, many people are saying that, that blog is associated with Roc Nation. I don't know if I fully believe that, but I will say is that because of who Nicki Minaj aligned with, a lot of people are going to be coming after her, and I'm sure she knows this. So I'm sure she doesn't really care about this fabricated lie that's been put out. I won't blame Roc Nation for this, but I think because a lot of people have openly expressed that they don't want to associate with Nicki Minaj, is easier to push a certain narrative, right? Because Nicki Minaj can't debunk everything. She can't really say every rumor is a lie. She's not going to do that. No celebrity except maybe Cardi B does. But it's definitely evident that they're trying to push a certain narrative about Nicki Minaj. And I think it's because they don't want people to work with Nicki Minaj. They want her to be by herself. They want to create isolation for Nicki. And so the easiest way to do that is by creating rumors that a lot of people don't want to work with her. And I do think that there's some people that don't want to work with her, but I do feel like there are still people that do work with her. but only if she's willing to work with them. Now, moving on from that, Cheetah Panties, aka Scratch Off, was at the Atlanta Hawks game, okay, over the weekend. And basically, she's getting clowned yet again because 21 Below Average was not in sight. It was her sister, Brooklyn, the NBA pass around. Allegedly, she gets passed around by different NBA players. That's what people say in the streets. But 21 Below Average was not in sight, despite Scratch Off being pregnant. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about it. Here's my thing. When it comes to Scratch Off, I feel as though she's not going to see anything wrong with 21 Below Average not publicly claiming her or not stepping outside with her because allegedly he pays her bills. Now, I'm not saying Scratch Off is broke, but when a man pays a woman's bills, a lot of time they will put up with certain things just because they are financially stable. Okay, so allegedly, that's one of the reasons why, she is not willing to let 21 Below Average go because he pays her bills. And I'm not saying that Scratch Off is broke, but it's not like she's selling like that. Most of her money might come from brand deals, if that, because she don't even get a lot of brand deals like that. She get brand deals here and there, but it's not like she Megan Thee Stallion. Megan and, Cardi B and Sweetie, they get the most brand deals, and maybe even Doja Cat, but Scratch Off not up there with the brand deals. So being that he financially takes care of her, I think that she's going to continue to put up with the fact that he is not going to publicly claim her. Allegedly, it's because he's married, even though people are trying to say he's separated from his wife. But also, I think that he might be sleeping with the wife as well, because I feel like he could just marry Scratch Off if it was that serious. He can get a divorce and marry Scratch Off. So I feel like there's a reason why he's not publicly claiming Scratch Off. It is more likely because he might have some hoes on the side. Now, Clownface Chappell decided to give her version of an apology to the young fan that had a terrible experience with the security at the hotel when she was trying to meet Chappell.
Of the story of what happened today with a mother and child who were involved with a security guard who is not my personal security. I didn't even see a woman and a child. No one came up to me. No one bothered me. I was just sitting at breakfast in my hotel. I think these people were staying at the hotel as well. So the fact that a security guard I did not ask the security guard to go up and talk to this mother and child. They did not come up to me. They weren't doing anything. It's unfair for security to just assume someone doesn't have good intentions when they have no reason to believe because there's no action even taken. I do not hate people who are fans of my music. I do not hate children. That is crazy. I'm sorry to the mother and child that someone was assuming something, that you would do something, and that if you felt uncomfortable, that makes me really sad. You did not deserve that.
Now, in my opinion, Chappell the Clown is doing damage control because her team probably told her this is not a good look. You've been going back and forth with paparazzis and fans before, and you don't want to turn off your fans like Doja Cat, no shade, or other celebrities who act like prima donnas, and then the fans stop supporting them. So I think the label told her to, apologize, especially when she was at the festival. She was thanking security on stage. So now all of a sudden, she doesn't know why security, did that to the fan, and she's seemingly coming off a little bit sympathetic, but I feel like it's all an act. Chappell the Clown cannot fool me, and I feel like she will get into it with paparazzi and fans in the future. Now, moving on from that, it looks like Lil Kim has responded to the rumor that her and Foxy Brown will be, I guess, performing together at Camel Face Stadium show that he's doing in July. It was previously reported that Foxy Brown's brother, Gavin, who works at Rock Nation, had dropped some hints that allegedly Lil Kim and Foxy will be making an appearance. But she posted on her Instagram that it was all cap. It wasn't true, okay? She put the cap emoji saying that I guess it's all lies. She probably wants to get paid for it. I think Foxy Brown would do it. I think Lil Kim might still be a little bit bitter, or she wants to get paid for it, and I don't think Camel Face is going to cut her a dime, okay? You'll get recognition. You'll go viral for the day, but I'm not cutting you a check. Absolutely not. Who's paying Lil Kim to perform? Okay, nobody. Okay, I don't care if she's going on tour with the Pussycat Dolls. That's a terrible lineup. You know, like nobody's checking for Lil Kim. Nobody's paying her to perform, please. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Taylor, Selena, 50 Cent, and Diddy. Camel Face, link will be in description, and I hope you guys have a great day.